All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Splash Brothers Luncheon. We're up to episode 12. Joined today, once again, by two special guests. We got Kurt. What's going on? And my boy Feeney. How you brothers doing?
Good, man. Just thankful to see another day, man.
There we go. Yeah, we were just talking about what happened to Angela Rye. When I like actually searched for her, like I saw she was still like doing stuff on CNN or whatever. But yeah, I used to see her. She used to have like a clip every week, it seemed like. And then too, like that was back when I was like still listening and watching the Power 106 or Power 105 with Charlemagne and them. So that's been 3 years, maybe more. So I wonder if she's still doing appearances on there. But yeah, I'll admit I may have stand Angela Rye for a minute. Who among us?
Exactly. Look, who among us?
There you go.
I'm not gonna stand for that queen.
That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, man, we got a lot of things to get into. I feel like the last 2 days especially were action packed. So, we normally record this on Tuesday, but we're doing it a day early, and I feel like it's good because like this weekend there was a lot of things going on. Talking about Queens just a minute ago, apparently, something was in the air, something was in the water, but on Twitter, it was a really bad weekend we got to say it, man, black men. I don't want to say we, because I have nothing to do with that, but there was a few of our fellow brothers down bad. That wasn't the whole weekend, but we'll start there. A few of us down bad. Yeah. Upset that a grown woman or had her own place and a nice career, and she wasn't tripping over getting married. And there was she didn't want kids, and there was some brothers saw that and said, "Wait a damn minute, I don't like this."
No. Hold on a minute, player. Hold on a minute, player. Come up in there.
Yeah, niggas was big hurt this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know if unemployment ran out this weekend or what, but niggas was really in there like, I'm broke, but she needs to want me back.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Kurt, what's going on, man? I heard it was a lot of DMV niggas that was acting up.
Man, I don't know, man. It was kind of a bad look for folks in the Northern Virginia area. Not me, but hey, some folks, some folks unemployment might have run out. Their barber's license might have got pushed back. Some folks woke up on the wrong side of an empty bed.
Yeah,
and decided to spew unnecessary venom towards black women.
Yeah. And I said it like, I'm normally against bullying, but in those instances, if you're unprovokedly, you know what I'm saying, even if it's, I'm at this point, even if it's a little provocation, if you go in at a black woman, with no merit, then it's like, okay, well, if we got that's, usually, like I said, usually I'm against just dunking on people to do it, but hey, man, you got to learn. You got to learn. I didn't have no remorse for him.
At black women, like, you have to be brand new to Twitter to think that's a good move. Because black women run Twitter. They got the best jokes.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, they can just post your profile picture. All they got to do is
scroll
through that media.
I've never seen I don't think I've ever seen like an attractive, at least that I found attractive, you know what I'm saying? I've never seen a handsome male posted with like him just saying, Like him just like, calling somebody, like I like him just calling somebody fat for no reason, and he's bigger than she is. He's more hefty, or just just in putting themselves in business in that way. But yeah, you better be all the way. You better be at least.
I'm trying to think back.
You better be at least like 97% put together if you're gonna come at a black. And you better be right too. Even then, we don't do that in public.
Look, facts don't matter on Twitter, man. They don't matter, dog. Like you saw what facts and decency don't matter. You saw what they did to Ryan Gosling, man. What they did to her, man, and like she wasn't even in the conversation.
Oh, you mean you're not talking about Kirk Cousins, are you?
Hey, Trevor Lawrence.
Very same.
Trevor Lawrence got cooked this weekend.
Dang, man. Right before the draft.
It was just like some random dude. He was like, she looked like me in the face.
Yeah, like, I won't lie. I participated in that one a little bit because that nigga was wilding.
Yeah,
because he was going like some girl like said he got like saggy titties because like he just looked like he not a heavy dude, but he's like tall. He looked like he had a little weight to him. Mm-hmm. And then he posted. It was a beautiful girl. He posted her profile picture talking about, I know you're not talking about saggy titties, and I was like, sir, you already posted your girlfriend. She looks like Edge. You can't be coming at this girl. When you date and you think you know me, like you can't.
You think
I felt bad about it, but I was like, you gotta chill, bro. And then he had the nerve to advertise his haircut shit underneath him getting fried.
Terrible.
And they just fried his haircuts. They said that nigga trashed at that too.
How you, man? That dude went 0 for 2. And the thing was, he unnecessarily fell on the sword for another guy that the woman was having an argument with.
That's right. Yeah, he
like that dude deserves more slant. That dude looking like Anthony Mackie, looking like a jubilant acorn, just like.
That's why don't get Feeney turned up. Not yet. But that's why you don't break up fights. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know the people, because you step in the wrong fight, nigga, just he goes from locking on to this target to this. And but he was asking for it. That's what I'm saying, because wasn't the first dude like posting videos like in response, or was that a whole different situation? I just remember like there was something.
Yeah, like
one.
Okay.
No, it was the original dude, because like the original dude was talking about like, I'm teaching my kids how to be like entrepreneurs, like selling Gildan screen printed T-shirts on the side of the road and everything like that.
Child labor,
which is all well and good.
Yeah,
but hey, man.
Yeah.
I've sold T-shirts. It's not that hard, man. Like I was making T-shirts over the weekend. It's not. Niggas be acting like they're the next fucking Zuckerberg when they do that shit. Nigga, I made T-shirts over the weekend. It took us like an hour. Not even like with a team of 3 of us, took us like an hour or 2 to do like 10 shirts. Relax. And a lot of times they're go ahead.
Sorry. No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, a lot of times it's not even like, I saw a dude today like pushing his shirts on Twitter, and then I was like, you didn't even make that logo. Like you're illegally selling someone else's logo right now. If they sent you the cease and desist, you're done. Like your whole entity is done, bro.
Yep.
And like not even gonna lie, like that screen print low key looked like a fun activity. Like that looked like a nice little weekend activity with like you and your friends, you if you're a special lady or whatnot. That looked like a fun activity. That don't look like something I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be like Virgil and sell the shirt for like $90 or something like that.
Hey, real quick, you said stripping sound like a fun activity?
No, I said screen printing.
Okay.
Screen printing. Look, okay. Hey, you know.
No, wait, what we talking? Nah, I was like, I wouldn't even.
I said screen print.
Okay.
Look, man, to each their own. Look, if you and your partner like stripping, go ahead and strip, man. That's between y'all two, man.
Get your hustle.
But you know, screen printing looks like fun too.
Yeah.
Well, we have a trifecta on Twitter of like dudes who should not be going at women. The dude posting videos had the worst beard I've seen.
Right.
Sometime.
You say you need to.
I felt bad because I was like, bro, your beard's not. It's patchy. it's like you didn't brush it. I don't post a selfie on Twitter unless I got a lineup and I just brushed my beard. And even then, I got to make sure my angles are right because Twitter will. I posted my mom one time. This was years ago. Like I posted like a Happy Mother's Day post about my mom. Learned my lesson the hard way. This is like 2013 or 14. It was early on Twitter for me. And I was arguing with a dude, and he scrolled through my media looking for a picture for me, and he found my mom. He fried my mom, bro. I was looking for his address. This man said, now keep my mom. My mom was a white Latina Puerto Rican woman. He said my mom looks like the lady who killed Selena.
Oh.
And it was a great joke, but I was hot, bro.
That's not funny.
I've never been more mad on Twitter.
Stop laughing.
I laughed.
That's terrible.
I was trying to pull up. I was like, I need your location. That's when I learned. Don't post nothing that you love on Twitter.
Thanks.
I don't care if it's you, your friends, your family, your car, your girl. Don't post nothing you love on Twitter.
Twitter will eventually come for everybody, man.
Yeah.
No one is safe.
What was that saying? Like you every day somebody's the target on Twitter or somebody get put on the SummerSlam screen. You just make sure it's not you. That's what I just, I get like a couple jokes in and I be out. I be retweeting and talking to people I know, and that's it. I don't But nah, just like in general, like I feel like interracial couples had, because that guy, the one he had posted, his girl, Trevor Lawrence, they were interracial couple. There was another one. Did you guys see the Kim K Kanye lookalike couple? Yeah.
Is that from like a few years back? Because I feel like that picture kind of circulates every couple of years or so.
Have you seen it before?
Is it like a new one or is it like I've
never seen it before.
One. Oh no, like you might have, yeah.
The one, no, it wasn't a picture, it was a video, and like the girl was like, I mean, she maybe like second cousin. I could see like, okay, I don't. She was saying like people were coming up to her like, oh, are you Kim K? Like, okay, if that's what you say, ma'am. But the dude, she was like, yeah, and people tell him he didn't look anything like Kanye. He was just a black dude in a scarf, you know what I'm saying? And like some facial hair. Like
scarf.
Bro, like I'm surprised you didn't see that. I'm like,
no.
Like, why y'all do this to yourself?
I watched it multiple times.
Yeah.
Nah. I know y'all saw that video of that. It was like a white dude. He was like, "Oh, this is me before I met."
Yeah,
such and
I was about to talk. Yeah, he looked like he shopped at Bass Pro Shops, and then she had him. She had him looking like Sean.
Eyebrows, slits, and everything. Man.
That's all.
I was like,
go ahead.
I was like, y'all gotta stop encouraging white boy summer, man. Like, y'all got these white boys feeling very bold. Stop white boy summer in its tracks. We gotta get this shit out the paint now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a wave check with the Chet Hanks of the area, man. Just see you got the waves, man.
Get a fade and a white t-shirt, and all of a sudden they're like, "I'm down." I'm like, "No, you got to earn like I do it in the Discord sometimes. I'm like, look, so and so are like trademark symbol down whites."
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, you gotta earn that. Like that's you can't just wear a white tee and get a fade. Like you have to give me like strong. I could chill with niggas and not be like, I'm around the black guys. Like I gotta prove myself. Like you gotta be comfortable. Like
that's the whole thing, man. Like I think that's the thing that people don't get is like you gotta be. It's not he acts like he's black. That's why you guys like him. But like, nah, this is who he's comfortable. He's being himself. Like I like white people who are hella white. You know what I'm saying? Like because they don't start using slang or whatever, or act like, you know what I'm saying, like they know a song or whatever and they don't. It's just like, no, just come over here, with your Sperry's on, you know what I'm saying? And just chill out.
Let's talk about Dave Matthews, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Hootie and the Blowfish, man.
Yeah.
John Mayer. Come on, man. Let's have a conversation, man.
Yeah. I like John Mayer.
I like John Mayer too.
Songs.
Yeah.
People be shocked.
Hmm.
Yeah. When you find out that you also like Paramore, like we can talk about Paramore. I like Paramore.
Yeah, talk about Fall Out Boy.
Yeah,
little Linkin Park.
Yeah, I used to.
Good times, man.
Yeah, I used to look like the first couple albums. I couldn't, throw my voice out, but Linkin Park. That was a moment. When was that? Wasn't that like? Was that late night? Was that late 90s or was that? Because I felt like I know I wasn't older than 12. Maybe 12, 13. So that was like 2002. I feel like it was before then. But at least for me, that was the first time. I don't know how old y'all are. So you guys may have been in preschool.
So
I was 2002. I was 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 8.
Okay. Do you guys remember when Linkin Park was big?
I remember. Shout out to Justin Gessner. He put me on to Collision Course with a Jay-Z and Linkin Park their collab album, which was very, very good. And brought me into the world of like Linkin Park and just like that type of music, like alternative rock and that type of music. So very, very thankful for having that moment of interaction with my boy Justin.
There we go.
Yeah.
Does that still happen? Because remember Jay-Z didn't he have an album with Coldplay or he had a song? And then, fucking Kanye, I remember he had that song with what's that song called? Goddamn, I can't remember. Adam Levine. Like, is it still like that? I don't, remember when Nelly had the song with Tim McGraw?
It's all in my head. About it over and over again.
Yeah, that song was a banger.
Yeah, it was. And it's like I felt wrong for liking it at the same time. Go ahead.
I was like, that was Nelly reminding everybody like St. Louis is like it's the Midwest-ish, but he's still Southern. Like like that was reminding everybody that rappers are also from the South. Like niggas like country music, bro.
Yeah. I think the last one was LL Cool J ruined it. I think that's why we haven't seen it. What was it? Was it Accidental Racist?
Accidental Racist. Yeah.
I've never been so mad at a song in my life. Never in my life.
If I can forgive you for my cowboy if you can forgive me for my chains, I can forgive you for my cowboy. I was like, what? My brother. My brother. You went from For Us By Us to being an apologist, man? Come on, man. No, stop.
Wasn't something like he would forgive him for slavery if you guys didn't judge me for my gold chains? It was like some shit like that.
My pants said some gold chains. Yeah. He definitely said some slave chains, gold chains shit. I was like, yo, you gotta chill. I was like, you selling us right now, bro. You gotta relax. Yeah. No.
Nice. But that's not. We're not gonna call it square. If you you know what, gold chains is okay.
My boy went from FUBU promoting like black brands and everything, and like for the people to this. I'm like, man, them CBS checks must be hidden, man.
Yeah, that's what he went and worked with the cops for a couple of years. He's like, you know what?
I like to go from like a nigga in the 80s and 90s to where he's playing a cop on TV.
Yep.
That cop network TV bag must be huge.
Yeah.
Ice-T, man, been doing it for 15, 20 years?
Yeah. Ice-T been a whole ass cop on TV for damn near 2 decades. This man forgot every song he ever made.
You guys ever seen that that Mike Epps stand up where he's making fun of Ice-T? He was like, it was what you saw. He was like, they don't give him but 2 lines and he'll pop this. I'm trying to see if I can remember. He was like, they'll hop in and be like 10 shot, 3 dead or some shit like that.
No, it's a clip I gotta slide to y'all.
Yeah.
Where dude is talking to I think it was like a dude struggling with his like identity, like him being like gay or not. He was like, "Nah, you gay," and I was like, "Bro, why would you say that? You would you say it like that, man? So plainly like that." I was like, "Man, what?"
I got it figured out for you.
He plays like the nigga in the SVU. Like there's a Twitter page. I don't know if it's still up, but I used to follow it on my old account. Like it was like I forgot his name on SVU, but it was like his name like drug references, and they would just tweet out like random ass sentences that he would say on the show, like he was snorting penny dust mixed with Clorox bleach. The kids are calling it rubber ducky. Like it was just that shit used to have me dead every time.
It said rubber ducky.
Oh man.
Oh man. What happened, man? What happened to these rappers, man? They saw that check and just flew off, man. Good Lord.
Straight up. Hey yo, but like I said, the whole as I said 20 minutes ago, the whole weekend was not bad for black men, even though it started off kind of wrong. We gotta definitely give a shout out to Daniel Kaluuya. Is it Kaluuya?
Yes.
Or Kaluuya? Kaluuya?
Kaluuya.
We got to give a shout out to that brother for
No, bro. Wait, Kate, you sounded like a pastor that woke him into the visiting delegation from out of the country. Hey, pronounce it Kaluuya.
And the church say amen. Nah, but for him, he won the Oscar. I think was it best supporting actor? But for whatever it was for Judas and Black Messiah. Shout out to him. Yeah, man. I mean, I know we've all seen the movie. It made me upset, but there was parts that I liked. I felt like it was well done. You know what I'm saying? He definitely commanded the screen whenever he was on. So good for that. And and I think, you know what, honestly, looking back, not to, further divide the culture, but I do kind of feel like there was a similarity, in them brothers that were acting up this weekend on Twitter. I feel like they were all kind of lighter skinned, and, I mean, I'm just making an observation.
Look, the light skin delegation had a tough weekend. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
We gotta have a meeting.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah. Because the DSS, the Dark Skin Society, I don't know if y'all saw that. It was kind of trending a little bit on Twitter. Looked like the ambassadors are gonna be Kaluuya, Damson Idris, and Trevante Rhodes. I feel like those are strong ambassadors of the brand. Yeah, Deshaun, you Feeney, if you get out in the sun a little bit, maybe you can,
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Outside all week this week, just no shirt on, just standing outside for 8 hours a day.
Yeah, man.
We haven't class outside this whole week.
There we go.
Good. How hot is it down there this time of year? I know you're down in Florida, man.
I mean, I'm in North Florida, so like we get like more seasons than like everybody else. Like we'll get ice and stuff every once in a while. But yesterday when I was hosting a basketball tournament yesterday for a community event, and it was probably like in the 80s all day. Like by the end of the tournament, the two teams who were playing in the championship were like, "I'm done." Like one dude literally asked me for a bottle of water. I was repping. He was like, "Hey," like I had water in my hand, and he was like, "Hey, let me hold that." Because his leg was cramping up. Because he was an older dude too, like probably in his 30s. But when I say older, like I'm in my late 20s, but he's like in his like 30s, like late 30s, and he was like he was done because he was like it's too much sun for too many hours a day.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, that southern heat is different. I remember. Yeah.
No, it's facts.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you know what? Speaking of the South and speaking of dark skins, fucking Y'all remember ATL, the movie? I don't know if it's like
Yes.
an anniversary or something, but I just saw it on Twitter a lot this weekend. And yeah, man, I just want to shout, like, I fucking love that movie. There's so many like similarities. Like I remember when that movie came out, I felt like it was maybe 2008, 2007, but that like not exactly, but that kind of, there was a lot of similarities between that crew and like my boys at the time. So that was like, and that was like, I remember whatever summer that came out, like we were watching that all the time. But yeah, fucking, I just wanted to talk about that first. Like another thing that I saw, I mean, we're in agreement that and I just forgot his name. Fucking T.I. Esquire. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Esquire. We're in agreement that, okay, although Esquire was a hater, okay, he wasn't entirely wrong either, right? We Nunu lied, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't the biggest lie in the world. But you know, she warranted some of, I don't know if he had to snatch the chain off of her. I do remember that's you know, that act, it just became more disrespectful as I got older. But yeah, but I mean, you know, so it was maybe he overreacted a little bit, but you know, the teenage stress, you know, his brother was about to get his fucking head blown off by Big Boy, you know. I imagine Big Boy being after you is not the safest feeling in the world, but yeah, so just want to make sure we're all on the same page, right?
I think Lulu was wilding. Like you can't go to the hood and then like in front like you're from like, I grew up in like a diverse like working class like black, brown, white neighborhood.
Yeah,
and I know where the black side of town is. Like my parents made a point to not live there because they were trying to like get out the hood and shit from New York.
mm-hmm.
But like I would never pull up to like, and this is a very Central Florida reference, I would never go out to Sanford. Like I went to Sanford Middle School. I would never pull up there and be like, hey, yeah, you know, I live off 11th Street and like, well, like I'm not gonna like front like I'm from there. So she violated trying to pretend she was hood.
Yeah,
she got some identity issues because she tried to be like a hood ass girl.
That's facts.
But I would not have played it that way if I'm him. If I find out my girl got money,
yeah,
she got, I forgot what artist they referenced, but like she got Van Goghs in her house and shit. Nigga, I'm trying to get in the family now.
Van Gogh,
that's my goal.
No, Picasso. You say you had a Picasso.
Picassos. You got Picassos in your house. I'm trying to get in the family. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
you're trying to be like Jay Electronica with the Rothschilds.
Right.
Put me on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she had a trust fund coming. But like I said, I don't think, you know, he didn't. I didn't even feel like the reaction was like, you could tell it wasn't over. You know what I'm saying? T.I. knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
That's a very teenage reaction though, man. Because like looking back on it as like an adult, yes, that was like super messed up, super wrong. Yeah. But like I can like 15, 16, 17-year-old Curtis, yeah, I could see myself doing something disrespectful like that.
Yeah, like
snatching someone's chain, necklace, or like being like, "Oh no, you ain't shit," like making a scene or something like that.
Kicking. Nah. Yeah, I don't see why he had to kick all his homeboys off the porch. Like, what we ain't do nothing. We ain't
That's the residual hurt, man.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta go inside and listen to Fall Out Boy, man. You going through it.
People forget when they become adults that teenagers are hella dramatic.
Yeah.
Like I teach high school. Like these jits be dramatic for about nothing.
Yeah.
Like girl and boy break up. That shit is World War III. Like niggas is taking sides. Like man, I don't know. Brittany was kind of wilding. I don't know. Like we can't really talk. We can't talk to Brittany or Rachel no more. They already like niggas be acting like that shit is the end of the world when people break up or people argue. Like because teenagers like their whole world is their world. Like it's high school or the neighborhood or whatever.
Yeah.
They have no outside experiences.
Yeah. So it's the world we putting pressure on. Like I remember, like, you know, having that feeling at like 18, 19, like I need to figure out what I got to do for the rest of my life right now and fucking, you know, oh, if me and this girl break up, that's it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, just looking back, like, yeah, it's a crazy time.
I can't tell my students like, and I don't want to like minimize the shit they go through, right? Because they're teenagers and like that their world is their world.
Yeah.
But I try to tell them like, look, today, like this year is my senior year, like reunion for high school or whatever. I'm like, from my actual school, at the school I went to, I'm cool with like one dude.
Yeah.
I'm cool with one dude, and I'm Facebook friends with another girl that like we don't hang out or anything, like, but we Facebook friends, so I know what's going on in her life. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, if that's it. The girls I dated in high school, I don't talk to them.
Yeah.
I have like two or three other friends from high school who like they didn't go to my school. I just knew them like from like church or the neighborhood or whatever. We're still cool. Mm-hmm. But like it's less than 5 people from high school that I am cool with, and I can text right now. I try to remind them like this is not the world. Like you have so much life to live. Like, this shit is not that deep.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm kind of in that similar boat. Some of the guys like keep in contact like 3 or 4 dudes from high school, and just gotta keep telling these kids like, look, it's a much bigger world. You're gonna meet new people and experience new relationships, experience new heartbreaks, new triumphs, a whole bunch of other stuff, man. You just gotta keep your mind open. I think the other thing too is making sure like the kids understand that there's a bigger world than just the neighborhood or just a city. Because like I don't know about y'all, like you ever go back home and you be seeing some of the folks back home, just like, man, y'all got to get out of here, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's how, you know, and I mean, I don't really have a reason to go back anymore, but that's how I felt. And that's why I was, I was like, I need to get out of here. Like because I grew up in Raleigh, and to me, it's like, it's not like super small, but it has like a small town feeling to it. And like, I mean, you know, just like every area, there's like rough spots or whatever. But I just remember some people that I would talk to is like, oh, you know, you made it out. I'm like, nigga, why are you making it sound like, you know, this is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all you needed was, you know, yeah, like this wasn't the projects. You know, this is just like people who, I don't know if it's, but I saw something online to where like, I don't know if it's 70% of people, like live within like 20 miles of where they grew up, something like that.
What are they doing?
What do you say?
I think he was about to say something.
I saw the same stat. Like I saw that too on Twitter.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, like I said, I know it's not, but like I said, I'm not talking about people who was like, oh, you know, like they had to stay or they got in trouble, or it's like, no, you just didn't want to move, you know, like, so, but yeah,
shout out to the folks that like stayed and made like a positive difference in the community and like have like families and stuff like that. Cause I see that all the time. And that's a beautiful thing to see, man.
Yeah.
That's definitely a good thing to see. Not dissing them or nothing like that.
Yeah. I do kind of like sometimes like envious a little bit of people who, cause I don't really like people ask me where I'm from. It all depends. Like California people, I tell them I'm from North Carolina. Like anyone outside of that, they ask me where I'm from, I say California. Cause it's like, I lived half my life in both spots, but it's like, yeah, I don't really feel like, you know, I don't really call one area my home. So I guess maybe I'm kind of like, you know, jealous of people who, you know, who have it, but it's like none of my family lives in Raleigh anymore. You know, the friends that I kept, none of them live there. And, you know, it just, I don't know, started feeling like an old shirt a little bit, you know?
I feel like once you, like, I grew up in the Orlando area, like, and for people from Orlando, I didn't grow up in the city. I grew up like in the suburbs outside, but like the more I go home, the less like, because I've lived away from home. Like, I was counting it up, and it was like 7 of the last 10 years since I turned 18. I'm turning 28 this year.
Mm-hmm.
So like the majority of my adulthood, I haven't lived in Orlando. Like I've lived up here, or I moved around. Like, but I really didn't stay at home once I turned 18. So when I go home, like it's home, like it's where I grew up, but it's not like everything is becoming less and less familiar. Like like I don't have like local spots that I go to because I was a teenager or a kid when I was there. Like I didn't have like those life experiences. So like the longer I live up here, like I meet people like for example, we were doing this basketball tournament yesterday, and Pensacola like has a lot of people who've never left. Like I try to get my students to be like, look, go to college somewhere else just so you can get the experience of living somewhere else. You can come back because I like Pensacola. It's not a big city, but it's all right. But like there was like some dudes playing, like, and there was some people like, you know, you have a community like basketball tournament like near the hood. Niggas gonna come not to play, but just to like talk shit. But there was one dude playing who like he's like in his late 30s, early 40s. Like he was an older dude, like an old head. And I liked him, like he's a really cool dude. But he was playing, and people were like, "Hey yo, hey McDuffie, that's at Pine Forest game, boy." Like, cause he played high school ball at Pine Forest High School here like 25 years ago. But because niggas don't leave, like people still remember him playing.
Yeah.
He's not like a local celebrity. He didn't go play college ball. He didn't do nothing crazy, but just like people know people. And I do like kind of envy that because I'm like, I feel like I've never like, as I'm living here, I'm starting to have that. Yeah. But it's cool to see people be like, yeah, like I grew up with that dude. And like, and we're still cool. Like, we still in the neighborhood. We still like taking care of stuff.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see. You bring it up, Orlando. I don't know if you guys saw, it was another like post, and it was T-Mac, it was Russell Westbrook, it was Chris Paul, and some other guy, I can't remember, but the post was saying, if you could give one NBA player, past or present, a ring, who would it be? And I picked Westbrook, like just because I feel like, you know, I don't know. Maybe I think the people who already dislike Russ, it wouldn't change their mind, you know, if he won a ring. But I don't know. I just feel like it would look better. Like, you know, he's a Hall of Famer. He's, you know, he's a great player. You know what I'm saying? Top 10 point guard of all time. You know, I think that's fair. But yeah, I just feel like it would look better. Do you guys have like one player who you're like, you know, if I could give a ring, or you got one? Or y'all don't care?
Nah, I'm letting Feeney answer that one first.
Because there's no like magic play. Like Dwight Howard has a ring, but I hate that nigga now. So I wouldn't like, if I could give him a ring in Orlando just to validate that team, I would give that to him. But I think it might be Russ for real, because like people who hate Russ, their whole argument is his style of basketball doesn't win.
Yeah.
Despite him getting triple doubles and shit, like, and like putting up crazy, he'll put up crazy numbers for teams that like are not like the Wizards here are terrible, but he's going crazy.
Yeah.
The Thunder, like, you look at those rosters, they weren't built well at all. Yeah. They got like a bunch of like defensive guys who can't shoot playing next to a guy who goes to the rim, so they're crowding the paint on Russ, and he still putting up 30, 12, and 10. Like, so if he just won one ring one time with whichever team, you could have given it to the Rockets, could have given it to the Thunder, gave it to the Wizards, I don't care. Just give him one to shut up all the analytics dudes. Because it's like the same dude. It's the same dudes who hated Allen Iverson 20 years ago.
Right.
It's those dudes who are like, yeah, he plays basketball incredibly well, but it doesn't win, so who cares? And it's like, no, this matters. I seen somebody say the other day on Twitter that Russ is not a top 75 player all time. And I was like, you're on drugs, nigga.
Yeah,
like, you telling me Jerry West is better than Russell Westbrook?
Right.
Stop it.
Bob Cousy.
I'm like, stop it. Like, you can't name 5, maybe 6, 7 for sure. You can't name 6, 7 point guards better than Russell Westbrook.
Yeah,
but he's not top 75 because he didn't win a ring.
It'd be like takes like that on Twitter, like nerds that be just like statting you to death. That just take the joy of like watching like a game, away from it. Like I remember like looking back at like Kobe's last game. And people were like, oh, he was so inefficient. Yeah. He shot the ball 60 times. I'm like, he scored 60 points in his last game, bro. Yeah. His last game.
Game-winning shot or game-winning shot? Like, yeah.
Like, dang, we can't even enjoy that, man. Y'all just like people would just want to be right, and it's not fun anymore. And and I think to your point, Feeney, now like a player now that's still playing probably Russ, and then a player back then will probably be AI.
Right.
Just to add kind of like to that lore, because like AI got a little bit of like a legendary kind of status, where it's like you kind of tell his stories like with like a little bit of like you don't know if it's like a half truth or whatever, like him getting cornrows in his hair mid game and then dropping like 45 points or something like that, and he was in the club like the night before.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think AI would be another one too. I mean, I feel like, winning the MVP that year and then, taking, because that was the only game the Lakers lost in that playoffs. I feel like, I mean, it would have been nice for him to get a ring, but I feel like he proved, getting that trash ass team was a different era for sure, but getting them to the finals. What about, and I had this question too, like, okay, so let's put Tracy McGrady in this era. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's playing like how these guys are playing. Is he better than James Harden if he was playing today? If not, why? My argument is I feel like you can kind of parse hairs on what they were defensively. And of course, Harden's the better passer, but I feel like T-Mac was sort of Kevin Durant, obviously like a couple inches shorter, you know what I'm saying? But if T-Mac, was shooting 8, 9 threes a game, you know what I'm saying? And with the rule, because he was still, playing in the era where you could hand check and shit like that. I just feel like T-Mac would have been, if not right on the same level as, I almost feel like T-Mac would have been like a better Melo and just like taking more threes, more athletic, and I feel like he would have been killing it. So any thoughts? What y'all got?
I think that that's a good point. I also think that I don't know if Harden's a better shooter than T-Mac, but I think that comparison with Melo would probably be like the best comparison there. I think T-Mac might be a little bit better defender than Melo, and I think he probably would have been like a decent like second star to a team,
right?
Like if you added him to like
the Bucks,
yeah, like Giannis or somebody, or like if he was like real young, have him like play with like Memphis or something like that with like Ja.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Fucking like I feel like I don't know. I feel like T-Mac doesn't really get talked about, but he doesn't get talked about like in a bad way. But yeah, like I feel like he was like a 6'8", 6'9" shooting guard. He wasn't quite Durant because nobody's fucking Durant, but I don't know. Let's see.
I think T-Mac's one of those like he's one of the like somebody. I think it might have been like Jenkins and Jones, like Dragonfly Jones on Twitter brought this up, but he was like, when you think about eras, like unless you're like a hoop fan for real, people from the '90s just think of Jordan. Maybe like Karl Malone, fuck Karl Malone, but Karl Malone and John Stockton because they went to a few finals. Maybe Barkley and like young Shaq. And that's really because Barkley and Shaq are famous for other stuff now. Right. But like, there's not like you don't like niggas don't think about Gary Payton and Sean Kemp unless you're like a real like hoop fan for real.
Right.
And I think T-Mac is that player for the 2000s, kind of like Vince Carter was. Like, When you think 2000s, it's like Tim Duncan, Kobe, young LeBron, young Wade, Shaq. There's like those 4 or 5 players who won rings and like dominated. Yeah. And then there's like that there's like that 6 through like 15 tier where like if you weren't there, you're not gonna care about it.
Right.
That's fair.
And T-Mac's in that range, which sucks for him because like he was a bucket getter.
Yeah.
But like Like niggas not gonna remember Gilbert Arenas 20 years from now.
Facts.
I watched Gilbert Arenas go crazy for those Wizards teams, but like nobody's gonna care in 20 years because he didn't win any rings or do anything significant.
Facts. Like the first argument you hear with like T-Mac is like, oh, he ain't never made it out of the first round with all that talent.
Mm-hmm.
That's always gonna be that comparison, and it's like I just was talking with my boy on Twitter about David Robinson.
Yeah.
That's a decent comparison with like T-Mac, where it's like, okay, he was one of those 16 through 15 players that I think he got an MVP, but it was like, look, he got dunked on by Shaq like one too many times.
I think he scored like 70 points in a game, and nobody brings it up.
Like
it never comes up. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like everybody, like, we all remember Kobe's 81, but like nobody mentions that a big man at that shooting no threes. This man scored like 70 points, and nobody cares because like he won like one maybe 2 rings. I don't know if he was there for the second Spurs ring, but like, but he wasn't the best player on that Spurs team, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and like I hate the fact that he was like kind of caught in between like history like that, because like it wasn't like he was like a terrible player and he wasn't like a bad player. Like the team still made the playoffs and they were still good. But it was like, okay, he got overshadowed by like Shaq and Keem and like Karl Malone. And then by the time he was like older, like Tim Duncan came in. Yeah. He kind of took over that team, which is not a bad thing, but still. Mm-hmm. Got to give David Robinson some flowers. Can't look Pack about to get you, man.
Yeah, you know, my glaucoma was acting up earlier. I'm good though. I'm good. Yeah, did y'all see I don't know if you guys are baseball fans. I'm not really anymore. But did you guys see the Fernando Tatis tweet? I mean, we, you know, it's not like a novel idea, but I did used to follow baseball. You know, it was like during the steroid era, a little bit before then. But I just remember, like they had cool players, you know. Gary Sheffield and fucking I used to know people's names, like, you know, Edgar Renteria was like one of my favorite players at one point. But Fernando Tatis, I think he plays for the Pirates, and he's just
Padres.
like
Padres, yeah.
Okay. He's just like a beast. Fucking, he hit this home run off Trevor Bauer of the Dodgers, I believe. And they had this little Twitter spat. Fucking Bauer was saying something about, because someone was like, "Oh, did it look like Tatis was like he knew the pitch and blah blah blah?" And then Bauer like retweeted it and was like, "Oh, you know, if you need some help, let me know." And then fucking Tatis responded back with "Tranquilo hijo," and I looked it up, and Google told me that means he called him a kid. He was like, "Chill out, kid." Is that correct, Feeney? Aren't you a?
Hijo means like Hijo means son. Like Hijo is son, Hija is daughter. So like he literally said like chill, son. Like, but not son like in the nigga way. Like son, like you're a child. Like
like that. And then he was holding because he was holding up. He had posted a meme, and he was holding up a baby, and it had Bauer's face on it. I like this. I don't know what would it take for me to play to watch baseball again, because I used to play the games. Remember like MVP baseball was like my last, and then I used to play backyard baseball and football. But you need to bring back backyard sports. I wonder if that's like on the Switch or anything.
That'd be fun to
see.
Fucking Pablo Sanchez.
Yeah, Ricky Johnson.
Man, who's that tall, skinny girl? It was like,
which one?
Each had orange hair, like blonde hair.
Was
like,
it a black girl? Annie Fraser. Oh yeah, Annie Fraser.
Fraser.
Like she had blonde hair. Fucking Angela Del Vecchio and her older brother Tony. That fucking like I was looking at I mean that was just like everything was in stereotypes with that game. Like at least they didn't have like a thug on there. You know.
fuck?
Keisha Palmer kind of was one. It was just like this kind of, they had her like kind of looking. She was looking kind of ghetto. She kind of looked like she was like Kid Queen Latifah. No, but it was like every single like the Del Vecchios. They had like the super Italian. What's so funny is they had like the super Italian accent, and fucking Pablo didn't speak English, and but the white kids were just white, and then I played that game probably too much because like I remember just about everybody.
Yeah.
No,
it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad when you kind of like look back and like remember those stereotypes.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just like, dang. You just imagine those developers in a room talking about like, all right, we need to make this about like kids, but we need to reinforce.
Yeah. That's Big Brother. Big Brother's like, to be black, I gotta make sure I keep a headband or keep a headband around my head, or
make sure the baseball hat is backwards.
Right. Why can't we just live, America? What I gotta do is like this. Yeah, like fucking. Yeah, there was a kid. I think it was like Amir Khan and like Ahmed Khan. And they had like the super Middle Eastern accent. It's like how is all this culture in the same neighborhood? Because you guys are playing in the summer. You got where is this? You got someone sound like they grew up in Brooklyn. You got someone from the Middle East. You got it's like where is this? And then they're all friends. I mean, I don't know.
It's an episode of Hey Arnold.
Huh?
It's an episode of Hey Arnold.
Yeah, maybe it was New York.
Nah, but shout out to Backyard Baseball. And shout out to like I guess like to answer your question about like baseball being fun. Like, I can appreciate that because like after like playing baseball, following baseball for a while, and then seeing folks like Tatis, dude from the Marlins with blue hair, Jazz Chisholm.
Mm-hmm.
You got like Tim Anderson, and like they making it fun, and like they're making it like okay, you kind of want to watch these games because it's like you got like interactions back and forth with the opposing players and everything like that.
Yeah, fucking yeah, just make it. That's like with sports. That's like the whole reason why I like sports as a kid because it was fun. It's not, fucking. There was personalities. That's why. Anthony Edwards. He's quickly my favorite player right now. Probably to watch is LaMelo, even though he's not in right now, but. Yeah. Personality wise, like that's why he sticks out because he's like the only so far, and I hope they don't take that away from Mr. Edwards.
Oh, they will.
Yeah,
they will. No, you're having too much fun. You're having too much fun.
You guys aren't winning. Yeah.
In the press conference, and you become too much of a personality. You gotta win championships, or I don't think it's gonna be on your head. It reminds me of like in football, like Arian Foster used to be like hella candid. In their post games, or like Marshawn Lynch being like, nigga, you know why I'm here, like, but they hate that shit because it's like anybody having a good time, like, in baseball, like I grew up playing baseball, like, but I grew up, I'm short in Puerto Rican, so of course I wasn't playing basketball, and then we never like, I played backyard football, but we never like played organized football, so I played baseball my whole childhood. And there was a very big difference from the teams I played on with like white kids versus when I played with like Dominican and Puerto Rican and Cuban kids. I remember like I joined like a travel team that was all Spanish kids. Like we was like 10 deep Spanish kids and like one white kid. And like moms and dads was bringing cowbells out there. Like niggas was like playing fucking congas and shit like during the game. Like nigga hit a double. It's like, like we going crazy. And it's like, but it was really like, we make everything a celebration, so it was hella fun. Like it was way more fun. But if you watch the MLB, like player, like you have fun like that, they're just like, hey, relax, don't show anybody up.
Hit him.
No.
Yeah, hit him in the head next time. Tell him don't flex on you. Like, but like black people when we play sports, like we flex. Like watch basketball. You dunk on a nigga, I'm gonna shove you after I dunk on you and stare you in the face. and if you don't want me to do that, then stop me.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want me to hit a home run off you, if you don't want me to like score on you, then stop me. That's your job. Like, don't be mad if I score on you and I flex. Stop me then.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Just need to make sports fun again. Like, in a world where like everything is just like overanalyzed, everybody has a take for it. Everybody got to add their 2 cents in. Like, bro, let's just focus back on like, all right, here are the highlights. Here's like he hit a home run. He struck that dude out. Here's this dude that got mossed. Here's this dude that got dunked on. Here's a crazy soccer goal. Hey, enjoy it. Don't overlook at like, oh, he has a 4.2 WARP and like an ERA plus of like 7.2 after. Like, man, I don't want to. I didn't come here for math. And bro, I can go to work and look at that.
Yeah.
I can look at a spreadsheet. I can look at my taxes and do that. I don't want to do that. Watch this. I come to like turn my like right off to have fun.
Yeah. And then that's what it should be. Fun.
And let me ask you this, Feeny, like real quick. I know like when like my folks watched us like had like travel ball, like some black kids, like they had like celebration, whatever, like, you know, shouting or whatever, all the other stuff. Were y'all like discouraged, or like were folks like, were your parents or were like your teammates folks, were they like discouraged from like cheering, or like, oh, you're giving the other team, you're giving the team like an unfair advantage by shouting and bringing the cowbells and bringing the congas and all this other stuff during the games?
Well, I mean, no one ever vocally said it, because like you wasn't finna tell like 16 to 20 like Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and black folks like, hey, chill out. Like, cause like they would have just said, shut the fuck up. We finna turn up harder if you tell us to chill out. So like we never like, the only time we ever had like real beef about it was we played this team and like we were just teeing off of them. Like, we were beating them like 6-0 in like the second or third inning. And they started throwing at like folks' heads. Like they threw it, they hit me in the back and they hit my boy in the head. And we was really like, fuck this game. Like, we about to run out. Like, as a team, we was in the dugout like, fuck this game, grab your bat, we finna run out on the field on them. But like, this is crazy. Like, and my coach was like I knew, like, shout out Coach Carlos, that was my dog, my mom were friends. Like, he went out there and was like, yo, about to square up with the coach. He was like, yo, we can box right now. I don't give a fuck. Like, this is travel ball. This is not that important. Like, I will fight about this. Because you're not going to hit my son in the head and throw at my friend's son's back and all that shit.
Yeah.
They just did not play that. So, like, white dudes would never, like, check us because I think they were scared that we beat their ass, like honestly. But they would, like, do petty shit like that, like throw behind you or throw at your head and, like, try to discourage you to chill out, and we would just turn the harder because we were like, if you're mad about it, then strike me out and make me get out. Like, don't get mad that I hit a double off you. Do something about it. Like, be better than me at the sport or leave me alone about it.
Right. Yeah. And so, yeah, you crying because the way somebody beat you, like, okay, stop getting beat then. That's kind of
practice.
Let's make everybody feel better. I thought this was, what happened? I thought we didn't want, participation trophies and, you know what I'm saying? I understand, you maybe don't want somebody, grabbing their nuts on your son, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to see that, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be within acceptable parameters, but yeah, put fun back in sports. That sounds like another slogan. Put fun back in sports, or make sports fun again. Kind of sounds like MAGA. We do have to acknowledge another, once again, dark-skinned brother who had a good weekend. Usman, I didn't catch his first name, but he knocked out a known MAGA and Trump supporter, Jorge Masvidal. There was a tweet that I didn't approve of, but it was kind of accurate. Somebody said that Usman made Jorge kiss his shoulder like what the fuck was the guy's name?
Don't finish it. I know. Don't finish. I saw. Don't finish it.
Dude in the wheelchair. I can't remember his name. What's the name? Just for the listeners. Somebody tell me what was it? Just if you see the picture, then Stephen Hawking. There it is. Said Usman made Masvidal kiss his shoulder like Stephen Hawking. It's very, very disrespectful tweet. But yeah, man, it's always, it's funny. and it's like kind of common. You see a dude, dance or try to stunt real quick, and then a couple seconds later he's on the ground like fucking slump.
Life comes
But yeah.
up so fast.
Usman, they're about to start charging him with a hate crime. This is the second MAGA dude that he took down, Kobe Covington. The dude with the real red hatter. So Usman is, he's doing his part for the cause with his hands.
Two things kind of stood out. It was like dude having his soul leave his body. After that, like that straight right.
Yeah.
And then like I saw a video of like I think it was like Cuba Gooding Jr. He had like his chin, his chin hairs braided up. I was like,
yeah,
man,
dancing to no music.
I love that, man.
Yeah,
the carefreeness, man. Just
yeah. Hey, man, yeah. At least wasn't he supposed to got canceled or something? What didn't he like get locked up for like something?
Yeah, that dude. Like, he was out here being harassing women.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So fuck you.
He might still be wilding, but he was wilding hard for a little minute there.
Yeah.
Thanks.
He had that clip that Jesus and Mero kept playing, but like they were told to stop playing. But he was like in the club or whatever, talking about somebody sucked that baby's dick, and we're just like, yo, whoa, why'd you say that? Like,
just double down on it too.
Yeah, that shit was weird. Like I was like, Cuba going off a good shit.
Yeah.
Anytime folks speak on Jesus and Mero stop saying stuff, man, I'm just like, man, you know that boy, man. It's just only a matter of time, man. Cuba gonna be out in these streets.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we talk about Jesus and Mero real quick? Like, okay, do we all agree? This is my feeling. I'm happy that they cashed out and got paid, but the old show was better. The Vice show was better. Can we?
Oh yeah.
And I think for no other reason than the editing was so on point. And I feel like, I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? They're still funny. I support them. They're still. I mean, at least we still have Twitter, because they haven't changed at all on Twitter, especially Mero. But I miss the old show. Remember that?
I listened to the podcast I listened to Jesus versus Mero, like when they first got put on with Complex, like right before that got taken off the air. I listened to that, so like I got put on to them, and they got taken off the air. So I was like, I'm just gonna go back and watch all the old shit, like all the videos and all that shit. Mm-hmm. So I was watching from then, and then like even like the old Bodega Boys podcast, you can tell the difference, like from when they got like, hey, don't fuck the money up money, versus like, nigga, we can go back to hustling tomorrow, like it's whatever. Right.
Yeah,
because they talk more shit.
Yeah,
they clown more celebrities. Like they talk like, right. I mean, that's the curse of Twitter, is you get famous, or curse of celebrity, really.
Yeah,
you get famous for like being a regular person,
right?
And then you stop being a regular person.
Yeah.
So like I'm happy they got the bag. Like and I'm gonna keep supporting because I want them to keep getting the bag.
Yeah,
but yeah, there's a difference. So you could tell like where like Mero's like, hey, look, I gotta make sure these 4 kids are good. Like I can't fuck this up. Jesus is like, I got too many sneakers now. Like I can't fuck
that up. I gotta keep up this lifestyle.
No, I definitely respect that, man. Like I can appreciate them, like especially like Mero being so candid about like, hey, I got these 4 kids. They got to make sure they get into school, whatever. Or Mero the third gets a football scholarship or something like that. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that honesty. But yeah, I'll still go back to watching like the Vice thing.
Yeah, me too.
Or like Jesus versus Mero on Complex, because that was just disrespectful and just hilarious. And it brought me back. It humbled me because it brought me back to the days when I was just a lowly intern, just sending my angst, looking at these folks and forcing me to do work that they didn't want to do.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Yeah, you guys Snowfall fans? We all caught up?
I haven't watched a single episode.
Okay.
Dang, bro.
Probably a good thing, it's tough,
Yeah.
It's definitely has some tough moments. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we won't stay here too long, but yeah, Kurt, you have any final thoughts on the final episode?
Yeah, man. It wasn't the best season finale,
Right?
but it kind of like laid out the groundwork of like this show having like 1 or 2 more seasons left.
Yeah,
and I'm fine with that. That was just that's kind of like the perfect way I think I expected to end there. So just hey, give it 1 or 2 seasons and we good.
Yeah. How do you see it?
What about you, man?
I mean, it was okay. Like I don't know at what point I realized that I didn't really like any of the characters. I just kind of want to see how the story plays out. You know, like it's not. At least it's not like Power to where like I couldn't even finish the last season of Power. Like it's still a good show. It's still a good story. You know, there is like, you know, there's always like, okay, well, this didn't make any sense. But yeah, I mean, I am happy that he's not gonna be on the cane no more.
Facts.
But
I'm glad he got the physical therapy.
Yeah,
he sorely needed there for that wound there, man.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm just trying to I wonder how exactly this is gonna end. What's and then too, do you think the mom knew that Alton's time was up?
I think she probably realized it once he and Reed were in that standoff and Franklin came up in there.
Yeah.
She probably could have had it in the back of her mind, all right, she already knew who Reed was working with the feds and everything like that. So it was just all right, let me just make sure I enjoy this time with him and everything. Because, they kind of got that old black love thing going on and everything like that. And kind of rekindled it and whatnot. And yeah, just
Alton should have been
Reed gonna get his, man.
Yeah. Alton should have been left.
I don't know, man. Alton brought back memories some folks on the timeline of the old Panthers, man.
Yeah.
How long he been, man? I respected him standing up for his son, but it's just dog, your son's gone. He gone to the game, man. He told you, look, do not I don't associate with you no more. And everything like that, man.
Yeah. It's you knew, you of all people should have known how this was good. So if you wanted to live at all, as soon as you gave that interview, you should have been out. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. All right. Let's see.
Snowfall, you got 2 more seasons out of me at most. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think is it just 2 more for sure, or is it 1 more? Or they don't know yet? It hasn't.
I'm good with either or, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Yo, fucking Ozark should be back soon. I'm ready to see how they wrap it.
That's where I check out. Feeney, you wanna chime in on that
one? We don't have to.
I also got nothing for Ozark.
Okay.
I'm not a good TV watcher. I realized a few years ago that I don't like all these incredible TV shows that are good TV and good dramas. Mm-hmm. I don't have a good time. When I checked out a Breaking Bad halfway through, or I'm trying to start The Wire, and I was I don't get it. I'm bored. People were "What do you mean? This is the greatest TV of all time?" I was just I think I just like bad TV. I like sitcoms and shitty reality TV. That's who I am.
Yeah, I mean, Breaking Bad. I stuck with it for a minute, and I was I probably just didn't have anything to do. I think I went at least 3 or 4 seasons, and I remember people kept telling me oh, you just have to give it a minute till it gets good. Give it a minute till it gets good, and then finally I was okay. So at what point does it get good? And they were telling me, and I was I'm already past that. Nah, this is. I might, I don't know. I sometimes I'll because I almost stopped watching The Wire the first time through because like season 2 was tough.
That second season, man. God damn, bro.
Yeah, it took me because like I flew through season 1 and season 2. It was like it was like 2 weeks. I kept like 20 minutes into an episode. Like, all right, I'm gonna play some 2K. But yeah.
True, but
right.
no, as soon as season 3 hit, Clay Davis, man, that's my man.
Yeah.
Hey,
The Wire is the only show of that type where I was like, all right, I'm finna give this a serious try. Because I tried Game of Thrones, I tried Breaking Bad, I like Snowfall. I didn't even bother. I watched like one episode of Power, and I was like, these are just not my type of like. I'm not good at watching like serious TV. Like the last fake serious show I watched was Empire, and that was because it was jokes on Twitter. Like that wasn't because I enjoyed the show. But The Wire, I'm gonna give The Wire a serious shot.
Yeah, man. That would be the one that I would like recommend. Do you guys watch Insecure? That just popped in my head for some reason.
Yeah, I watch Insecure.
You're like, okay.
I watch it, yeah. That's a good show. I mean, that like I can definitely deal with that. Like that I look at like Power, Empire, kind of like appointment TV watching, like because that got like the whole timeline talking and everything like that. So especially with Insecure, man, that show's real good, man.
Yeah.
I got into Insecure because of Twitter, like because the whole first season I didn't have HBO or anything. Like when that show first came out, I was broke as fuck, so I did not have HBO or any of that. But like it still was so many Twitter arguments off that show that I was like, I gotta watch this because I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about. But niggas is getting hostile. So I got like took all my emails, like 5 different emails, and just made like fake HBO like free trial account to finish the show and then to start season 2. And then once I got a little more money, I was like, all right, let me get on HBO because they clearly got the good TV shows.
That's what happened with me. Fucking I didn't watch Insecure till after season 1. So like I missed, and I wasn't at that point. I'm still not a Twitter arguer, but yeah, it was like, oh, I need to see this show. And it was cool. It was kind of, I just remember my first thought was like, okay, these people are older than me. Why are they acting like this? Like you guys too old.
Wow, bro. And like, I thought the same thing too. And then like, I moved up here after school. I'm like, dang, y'all still be acting crazy, man. This is like art imitating life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah. I mean, I can't really, I've had like, relationships I stayed into too long, but I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. But I should be back soon. Fucking
I think it's the last season too. So
I think so.
We want to talk about like the show wrapping up perfectly, man.
Hey, okay, so okay, 2 quick things I will say about Insecure. One, I never understood the Tasha hate. No, not Tasha. Was it Tasha? Yeah. Like the girl that Lawrence was with after Issa.
The first time?
Yeah. That's Tasha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never understood that. And then I didn't understand the lady with the long braid. What's her name? From the recent season.
You talking about Citronella?
I know you're talking about damn, what the fuck is her name? She got the weird Condola,
yeah.
I said Citronella, man.
Oh, Citronella. Why you call it that?
Nah, niggas on Twitter. You know how niggas on Twitter say pandemic but never say pandemic.
Yeah.
They did that shit with Condola. They was like canola oil over here. I was like, y'all gotta relax, bro. Like, get off her head like that.
Yeah, I didn't get that. Like, why are you guys mad at she? What did she do?
Hey man, she came in with all her toxicity.
She should have
baby.
She shouldn't have kept keeping the baby is a wild move. I respect why she did it, but keeping the baby is a wild move.
She want a baby.
Yeah, I respect that.
I respect her right to choose. Like, it's her body. If she said she already did this, she already had an abortion, and she don't want to do another one, and she wants a kid. I respect all of that. But if I'm Lawrence, I'm like, nigga, I guess, like, because we're not even together, and you gonna keep the baby. That's crazy.
Yeah, fucking.
But I respect the right.
The fact that she kept Lawrence in the dark about it. That's the part I was just like, wait a second, nah. Like, you kind of got to come in there sooner rather than just like, all right, here.
I mean, she did say like, I'm not looking for you to. I don't need support. She just was I mean, like I said, it's kind of. If I'm in that situation, I want to know as early as possible, but at the same time, I guess, I mean, you don't have to, especially we're not even together. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you're in a relationship with someone and, she knows, she knows that for a few months, then yeah, but yeah, whatever.
I don't know what type of nigga it would take for a girl to be like, hey, I'm pregnant with your kid. We're not together. Here's your out. Like, you don't have to be with me. You don't have to raise the baby. Like, none of that. You got to be a sick nigga to be like, I bet.
Yeah.
Appreciate like, you got it. That's got to be on some like future level type stuff, man.
Yeah, you got to be a vile nigga to be like, guess I'm good. Like, I don't. She said I'm good, so I'm good. Like, that's crazy.
What kid?
I have it in writing.
I am in the clear.
You fucking notarize. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah.
Before we move on, I do want to say to all y'all niggas listening, Tasha is an elite Instagram follow. Dominique Perry, man. Follow Dominique Perry on Twitter. Go ahead and pull your phone up. Follow Dominique Perry on Twitter. Because I don't know why people hated Tasha. I don't care because she a baddie, so she can do whatever she wanted. I don't care.
She is a baddie.
She fine as hell.
Yeah, if you're thinking about a scene from that show, hey, that's all. I'm gonna leave it at that.
There's two scenes I'm thinking of now.
Hey,
fellas. Yeah, that's how you know that we're getting toward the end of the episode. Motherfuckers start losing all couth.
I heard Balin talking about that syrup.
Yeah. Balin, we're working on him. If y'all know, me and Balin, we're cousins, second cousins, once removed. I'm working on him. We didn't grow up together. He would have been a much different had he been under my tutelage this whole time, but we're working on him. Yeah, he's a wild one. He wasn't able to join us today, but shout out to him being a good son. Fucking, I think it's just shout out to his pops. I think it was his birthday today, so let's catch him next week. There wasn't really too much. Yeah, there we go. Wasn't too much else that I wanted to that I had on the agenda. I don't know if you guys had anything. I just got one or two more things. No, all right. Yeah, I just wanted to. There's a couple things that popped up that was interested me, with Spotify. It's like they're trying to launch a podcast kind of feature, and they said they're not gonna take the cut from creatives. I just wonder and I was this would be a question probably I posed Tyler, just what made him choose Patreon over other sites. But yeah, I wonder how exactly that'll work. I know just looking at the numbers, most of our half of our listeners use Spotify. We appreciate that. So yeah, I'm just wondering how exactly that'll work or whatever. And then the last thing, which I think is a good note. It made me feel good, but the Attorney General for where did that George Floyd was in? That was Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
But that Attorney General, he's going to be reviewing all the previous reports of the medical examiner that the state used or that the defense used in that case, who said that Floyd was not murdered. He was it wasn't Chauvin didn't cause the death. All of his previous reports are going to be reviewed because they were now we gotta, if you didn't think this was a murder, now we gotta look at all your shit. So, if he truly believed that he needs to have himself checked out. If he didn't believe it, maybe he got paid off or whatever. Hopefully it was worth it, man. Because now they coming to check all your work. So that made me feel good. But we'll see how that case goes. Of course, everything else. But yeah, you guys got anything you want to say before we get out of here? Appreciate y'all joining us.
Hey man, job's not finished. Keep holding these folks accountable, whether it be district attorney's office, whether that be like your local police, whoever. Please hold these folks accountable, because just because we got justice for one family does not mean that there's still folks out here struggling and still being unfairly harassed and mistreated by the police there.
Exactly.
So, job's not finished.
Some would argue the works, there's a lot of work been done, but some would argue that, we're just getting started. So,
Thanks.
All right, Feeney, what you got? Mr. Hillman sweatshirt.
I'm at a different world. I take it off Netflix. First off, put a different world back on Netflix. Number one.
All right.
Number two, more importantly, yeah, man, it's ACAB all day over here. All cops are bastards. Like fuck the industry of policing. Fuck the system of it. To me, the work's not done until we've abolished police. Like, not defund, not retrained. No, nigga, like this shit is outdated. It's not useful. I was actually on a meeting earlier tonight where we were talking to people who were like kind of new to like the movement, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And I kind of like asking kind of what their opinions are on like police and prisons and all that shit. And one of the people actually brought up Angela Davis's "Our Prison's Obsolete" book, which I thought was dope. I was like, all right, this person's coming in, like they know their shit.
Mm-hmm.
So to anybody listening, keep in mind, police have only existed for like 150, 200 years of human history versus the millions we've existed. Prisons have only existed for like 200 years of human history, 300 years of human history. Most of human history has not been police and prisons. This shit is not forever. This shit is not a requirement. Humans have existed without this shit.
Yeah, straight up. That kind of previews the next episode that we'll have. We're going to be talking with Feeney and some other guests. Yeah, a little bit about police, because there was not to spoil it, but New Jersey, there was an article that came out earlier this year, but they did some things with their police department that we're going to get into next episode. And yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it. But yeah, once again, appreciate you guys coming on. Appreciate y'all listening. Wherever you're listening, please rate, subscribe, give us 5 stars. Fucking yeah. If once again, the email, if you have any questions or anything you want us to discuss, that's Splash Brothers spelled BROS. Luncheon at gmail.com. The email will be included in the description. And yeah, so if you want to join us, be a part of it, we encourage that. And once again, to Kurt, to Feeney, appreciate y'all joining us.
Hey,
have a good night.
Man.
Okay, just real quick. The show's already concluded, but we're talking Tyrese. I just want to, imagine Tyrese. Okay, imagine Tyrese playing Ray instead of Jamie Foxx. Because we were just talking Django. Imagine Django, the whole movie is Tyrese instead. But imagine Ray.
He's such a terrible actor.
I'm just trying to imagine what that would look
Tyler
like.
Perry presents Ray.
I feel like Tyrese, he'd be opening his eyes a little too much on Ray. He'd be like, hey, wait a minute. I thought this nigga couldn't see. Why is he looking? He's looking at the characters in the eye.
He'd be looking directly at people. He'd be like, the whole time.
Oh, man.
And mama. You be just like, I can tell if you fine or not by looking at your wrist and looking straight in his eye. What?
Tyrese is an elite level dumb nigga.
Yeah,
he's like, for every dumb nigga out there, like you can aspire to be Tyrese.
One day, man, he's so dumb, but it's like at the same time, I'm just like, people must have felt sorry for you because there's no way you can still have like wealth. There's a massive amount. He has a Benihana in his home. Now, what type of sense that made you for you to have a full service Benihana in your home?
He likes having guests over, man. Be lines outside. Come get you a plate from Tyrese.
You see that Transformer, that giant ass Transformer like statue he got in the backyard?
Wow.
Yes.
Like Juicy and some other nigga went to his house and they took a picture and it was like a 7-8 foot like Transformer. And I'm like, this is what happens when like dumb niggas get money. Boom, bro. But like he's up there with Floyd Mayweather, where it's like, I know I can read better than this nigga, but I will never have the money this nigga has, and that shit's just not fair.
out of like dumb luck and like effort.
Yeah, he's got to be an attractive dark skinned nigga who sung "Sweet Lady," and for some reason that turned into a film career.
Yeah,
and a somewhat successful R&B career.
Yeah, and for some reason, at least like I used to. Well, I don't even. I mean, I think it. You hate to talk bad about your own culture, but I mean, we gotta be honest. Baby Boy being a cult classic, and I remember, like, yeah, I don't know if I guess we've all kind of had that phase where it seemed like, girls you were talking to like wanted that type of relationship. Like, bitch, I don't want to get angry enough to put my hands. Why we gotta do that? Like, I remember.
I think back to that. There's so many scenes for that fucking movie.
Yeah.
That are just like
the beat it up dance. Like,
yeah.
That's his most important contribution to culture is the beat it up dance and Ejectocito, cuz like that's he gave us those two moments. Like
$40.
That's the two most important moments.
Yeah. Fucking
plus
go ahead.
Him getting that headlock out on like Ving Rhames, man, showing you why. Hey, you ever see when that old man, cause he whooped that dude ass. I was like, damn, bro. You shattered the glass table in your mama's house, man.
And then, but that was, I mean, is it disrespectful? Because I mean, you're a grown man living in your mama. Like, I'm just thinking of the scene when he comes in the kitchen. Like, should I feel disrespected or should I be like, I'm too old to be living here? That's nigga. I mean, that
should have been a moment of clarity.
Yeah, he asked you asking me if I want some. Did he ask if he wanted some bacon or something like that? Like that, yeah. If that didn't make you want to get out and be somebody, do something. He choked him out. You want something from the store? Like, no, nigga. Yo, but I don't know. I don't know if because I used to. I mean, I'm not the lightest brother in the world. Respect. I part of the DSS for sure. But so growing up in North Carolina, all that sun, I was probably even darker. And there was a stage in my life where I used to wear a lot of wife beaters. I don't know if do we still call them that? That's still appropriate, but
you call them tank tops.
Tank tops, okay.
I know I'm not supposed to call them that.
Okay. And I have like a little, I've always had like a little, some type of chain, little silver chain or whatever. But yeah, like my first two like actual relationships, I was compared to Tyrese's character, and each time, the first time the girl thought she was giving me a compliment. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I ain't got no kids, I ain't got no kids, I have a job. Why are you? Because like I remember that was like she compared me to him, and then I watched the movie, and then when I came back, I'm like, oh, you trying to
play me? You call me a dumb nigga? You call me a bum right now?
Like I ain't got kids, and what the hell? Like, you know, I'm not crying for my mama to give me. I've been working for 3 years, goddamn.
I have a job. I have a degree or something. I'm in school.
I'm trying to do stuff. Yeah, it was like, yeah.
Nah, let me ask y'all this real quick. Would y'all put Ray J in the dumb nigga face? All of it.
I feel like Ray J does it on purpose. Like he's not, but I haven't seen enough. I haven't really seen enough of Ray J. Like I just see his antics, you know.
I think Ray J might quietly be smart as fuck.
Yeah,
like because he makes like good investments and like I think it was Vince Staples was doing an interview and he was like not like he said he was like not he's like niggas out here trying to be Ray J, like he's like y'all sleep, like he's like Ray J was on that TV show, Ray J had one wish, Ray J fucked Kim K. This nigga stay relevant despite having one song that mattered, no acting roles. Like them Raycon headphones, my homie got a pair of those. Like niggas really fuck with those Raycons, and I think he was selling them like scooters or whatever. And I remember
bikes,
yeah. And I remember he said he was like, why would I sell a thing that I gotta sell 1,000 of when I can sell an expensive thing that I only gotta sell like 50 of to make the same amount of money? And I'm like, you're not stupid. You're not wrong. Yeah. That's not a bad. Because rich niggas buy dumb shit. So you spoke up from Scooty bikes and some Raycons. Like this nigga cashing out, which is crazy to say.
Yeah,
like, Ray J flexing on niggas.
I mean, Ray J tricked me, man. But I'm still standing for Ray J and his antics. Like I'm thinking back about them glasses. Like,
yeah.
Hey, yo, they won't break. Trust me, they won't break. Like these will break. No, they're indestructible. Trust me, Speedy. Trust me.
So what that mean?
I wanted a pair of those glasses. Like I really was like, you know what? I fall asleep with my glasses on sometimes. This would be real convenient.
Yeah, but first thing I think of Ray J is that I don't know if it was Love and Hip Hop or whatever, but remember he's like getting in a fight with that girl, and not a fight, but she was like mad. I think he was like breaking up with her, and she started throwing the wine at him, and then she like gets up, was like about to push him. He just does like that quick stutter step to the left. that wasn't.
Like she fall in the pool.
He was like, I'm not. Like nigga, you dirty dog. I mean, he was. You do the right thing, man. If a woman's coming at you, you know what I'm saying, your life's not in danger. Most time you can just move them out of the way. So you ain't got to square, but he didn't. Yeah, so that wasn't the dumb nigga move, So he,
Nah, wow, Ray J tricked me. Hey, look.
He might. I'm not gonna call him a genius, but Ray J a smart nigga. Like in the dumbest way possible, he's a smart nigga, and I don't really understand it.
And another dark skin. So that's another win for the DSS. We'll take that. We'll take that. All right, yeah. For this time, for real. We're gonna put it in the show's description. But Feeney's got a cause that we encourage all to support. But like I said, it'll be in the description. So yeah, for Feeney, for Kurt, appreciate y'all. See y'all tomorrow.